Aryna Sabalenka fights back tears after reaching Australian Open final. I hope she would be proud of me. Another night under the bright Melbourne lights. Another powerful statement from Aryna Sabalenka. The world number one once again proved why she sits at the summit of women's tennis, defeating Elina Svitolina in straight sets, 6-2, 6-3, to book her place in the Australian Open final. It was not just a victory. It was a moment heavy with history, emotion, and the weight of expectation. With that win, Sabalenka moved to within one match of a potential third Australian Open crown, a feat that would further cement her dominance in Melbourne. But it wasn't the scoreboard that defined the night. It was what happened after the final point when Sabalenka stood on court, learned she had matched a legendary record, and allowed the emotions she so often keeps locked away to finally spill over. A tough test against a relentless opponent facing Elina Svitolina was never going to be straightforward. The Ukrainian has built her career on resilience, speed, and an unshakable fighting spirit, and she brought all of that into the semifinal. Even as Sabalenka unleashed her trademark power from the baseline, Svitolina refused to back down, chasing down balls and forcing extended rallies. But this version of Sabalenka is different. Gone are the stretches of inconsistency that once haunted her biggest matches. From the opening games, she played with clarity and control, serving aggressively, returning with intent, and choosing her moments to attack. The first set slipped away from Svitolina quickly, 6-2, as Sabalenka dictated play with depth and pace. The second set offered more resistance. Svitolina raised her level, trying to disrupt Sabalenka's rhythm and draw errors. Yet the Belarusian remained composed. She absorbed pressure, trusted her shots, and stepped up when it mattered most, closing out the match 6-3 to punch her ticket to yet another Australian Open final. 4 finals in a row. History rewritten moments after the match. Sabalenka was informed of the staggering achievement. She had become just the second woman in the Open era, after Martina Hingis, to reach 4 consecutive Australian Open finals. The record had stood untouched for 30 years, a reminder of just how rare this level of consistency is on the sport's biggest stages. For a player whose early career was marked by flashes of brilliance mixed with frustration, this milestone carried special significance. Sabalenka didn't just reach the top. She stayed there, season after season, slam after slam. The statistic alone was impressive. But the question that followed is what truly broke through her composure. I hope she would be proud of me. During her on-court interview, Sabalenka was asked to reflect on her journey, specifically what her 10-year-old self would think if she could see this moment. The usually fierce and confident world number one paused. Her voice wavered. Tears welled up. I don't know what she would think right now, Sabalenka admitted. I think she would be proud. Yeah, I was able to make it here. She continued, opening a rare window into her self-belief, or lack of it, during her younger years. I would never think that I would, first of all, be able to make it to the top 10, and second, be that consistent and play on such a big arena in front of you all, she said. And all the support is just a dream. Every day I'm grateful for everything I have. And I don't know, I hope she would be proud of me. It was a raw, human moment that resonated far beyond the tennis world. Behind the powerful forehands and commanding presence stand a player who once doubted whether she even belonged among the elite. The weight of expectation in Melbourne now, Sabalenka stands just one match away from history. A third Australian Open title would place her in rare company and confirm Melbourne as her personal stronghold. But with that opportunity comes immense pressure to ace the top seed. Every opponent brings their best. Every match carries the expectation of victory. Sabalenka knows this better than anyone. Yet what has defined her run this year is not just her power, but her mental strength, her ability to manage nerves, reset after mistakes, and stay present in the biggest moments. The tears she fought back on court were not a sign of weakness. They were proof of how much this journey means to her. One final step to immortality as the Australian Open final approaches. All eyes will be on Aryna Sabalenka. The statistics, the records, and the trophies are within reach. But beyond the numbers, this run has already told a powerful story, one of belief earned, not assume, from a 10-year-old who never imagined standing on tennis's biggest stages to a world number one rewriting history in Melbourne. Sabalenka's journey is a reminder that greatness is built over time, through doubt, persistence, and relentless work. Win or lose in the final, one thing is already clear. The little girl she once was would indeed be proud.